Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Batman and the Joker Deadly Duo, Book 7 of 7, the grand finale. Here it is, guys, the moment we've been waiting for by Marc Silvestri. Check out this gorgeous variant cover by Mike Mignola. This is what we are looking at today, so subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get right into it. Okay, so if there is a Mike Mignola variant cover available, you get it. No questions asked. And I didn't think twice about getting this gorgeous Mike Mignola cover. I usually like to get the cover that is done by the interior artist, and I think I've done that on the first 6 issues up until this point. But like I said, if Mike Mignola is available, you just get that. And of course, it's beautiful. Mike Mignola draws an amazing Batman and an amazing Joker and an amazing everything. So 7 issues in, and this unholy alliance between Joker and Batman has come to a head as we knew it would, and they're finally going to face off with each other. There's been a lot of buildup. It's funny because there was so much anticipation for this. The first issue came out and it's just been like machine gun fire. Like it feels like it's gone by so fast, and here we are finally at the end. Story and art by Marc Silvestri, colors by Arif Prianto, and letters by Troy Peteri. If you've been following my coverage of this book, my 2 things is that the suspension of disbelief that you have to put aside to imagine a world where Batman could possibly team up with the Joker, any justification for it. And it's a little flimsy at best. The other thing was the art. The blacks were like very gray and muddy, and the colors looked muted and washed out a lot in the very beginning of the book. Not all bad, but I feel like it's sort of been corrected now. Like the blacks are much blacker and the colors look a little less muddy. That's actually one of my complaints about a lot of modern comic books, is the darkness and the muddiness of it. But I've been complaining about that since Top Cow in the 90s. So here we are 30 years later, and the more things change, the more they stay the same. So here it comes. You know it's going to be good, and we're going to get a knockdown, drag out, crack. You know, Batman's been waiting to do that for like 7 issues, and Joker's wearing this weird battle suit that Batman gave him, and there's a lot going on. It's basically over a botched wedding. This corpse bride wants revenge. She pits Batman and Joker against each other. You know, it plays heavily on the theme of the deadly duo, the duality, the yin and the yang, good versus evil. Can Joker exist without Batman? You know, it's funny because I don't think this is the best kept secret, but, you know, when you look at Batman, like, horrible. Like, what a horrible... Okay, so you're this rich AF billionaire, you know, what do you call it, orphan, and the best thing you can do is to dress up like a bat and fight crime and really cause a lot of havoc along the way. I mean, is the, you know... Is the cure the cause in this case? Sometimes I think it is. I mean, you know, Batman's supposed to not kill. A lot of people have unnecessarily died due to this unholy alliance. This chick, who looks very cool, very Marc Silvestri, love the draping in her dress. There's some really fun, like, obviously Marc Silvestri isn't a very accomplished artist. You know, I love a lot of the sort of arty things that are in here, just like the way he draws landscapes. And I was also noticing that, you know, one of the things that makes a really good comic book artist is that comic books are 2D. It's stagnant. It's not moving. It's not animation. So you have to create a sort of fluidity within your storytelling to make it exciting and less static, and I think that Marc Silvestri is such a master of that. I mean, just like the sweeping water here underneath. And see, I think the colorist actually did a really great job on this. This could have been, and this is very cinematic in a lot of ways, the way the water is sort of glowing green. Oh yeah, and I just realized that's kind of like echoing the green in Joker's hair, perhaps. Harley here for, you know, comedic relief as usual. And I don't know. So spoilers, I don't know. You know, there's sort of like this thing where you know, Joker could be privy to Batman's secret identity, but that's the last thing he wants because they need to keep this dance going because Batman's his best friend. Like, he makes a reference to Batman being his best friend, which totally gags me because it's like, everybody loves to play with that idea that, like, oh, it's actually like a romance or something. And I just, like, am so not down for that. Like, that is so the wrong messaging all over the place, if you ask me. But, at the end of the day, like, would anybody have batted an eye if Batman just snapped Joker's neck and was done with it? I don't know, I'm sure, have we had that story where he just finally kills Joker? I'm sure we have. Like, Superman did it in, that DC crazy what if series, right? Anyway, Toothless Joker. I was also thinking about that. I wonder who the Joker's dentist is, because there can't be a real tooth in his head as many times as it's been punched out by, Batman. He should have, like, ridiculous, like, There's Something About Mary, like, big fake teeth. That would be, well, he kind of does, I guess. I love the shot of Batman here. That looks cool. The look on Batman's face is just, like, everything. And the bat signal, of course. And Alfred. So many classic hallmarks of the book. It'll be nice to get the trade paperback and the inevitable noir edition, perhaps. I don't know. You mean maybe that could be part of a deluxe hardcover? I would imagine that would be the route to go. You're not going to waste the opportunity. This is an event book. I'm sure they paid Marc Silvestri a pretty penny, or at least I hope they did. He's going to make gangbusters out their royalties anyway. This has to be one of the event books of the year, and it has to be selling like crazy. I imagine the hardcover will sell very well. One of my favorite shots in the whole book. Another beef I had was the just the lack of panties and the way it's colored and the lighting sometimes make it look like he's kind of fighting naked, which, if that were like what it was supposed to be and I were going in there with that sort of mindset, I would have been okay with it. But otherwise it can be somewhat distracting. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful shot and should be a poster. And she's like, I know your identity and I'm going to keep it secret from you. I don't like that. I don't know. That's kind of weird to me when people know their identities and just creates that sort of vulnerability. She is like the headhunter here. Just lopping off hits left and right and like nobody business. And it's over. The Holy Alliance has ended. I didn't spoil too much, I hope. Well, whatever. If you're here, you're here to be spoiled. So I love to spoil my viewers. But that's it. And so she's at large. Like, I don't know. I like when a story comes to an end and it's been rendered completely useless, basically. Because, she's still at large. She's still a danger. What was it all for? The end. Inked Pages by Marc Silvestri. This is what it's all for. Look at that tooth. Oh my gosh. Flying 3D. Oh, can we get a 3D edition of this? I want to see that Joker tooth. See what I mean? Kind of weird how, like, I don't know, almost looks not quite as black. I want like a black ink, especially on a Batman book. Thank you. As after I complain about it being too dark. And there it is. Can you believe it? 7 issues later. 7 years in the making after being announced. And here it is, the conclusion. Do I recommend it? Absolutely, 100%. One of the event books of the year. Marc Silvestri drawing anything, you pick it up. Especially if it's Batman and the Joker teaming up. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and I will bring you more later.